calls on the racetrack. Brian Vickers had one. Too close.
Coming off turn 4. He goes up and just brushes the wall ever so slightly.
This is on board with Denny Hamlin, one of our chasers.
This wall right here will jump out at you when you're getting off the corner. I mean, you get off the corner, you're on the bottom, you look up, you go, I got plenty of room. The next thing you know it's in the passenger side window. It comes at you fast.
Kind of like you were doing in Wally's World.
Yeah.
Your guest. VP, you busy?
My favorite part of the show. Down in the trunk, please cue the duck.
Means it's time for the Aflac trivia question. Who is the only Rookie of the Year candidate to win a Texas Nextel Cup race?
Carl Edwards.
Dale Jr.
Dale Jr.
Oh, okay. Boy, everybody ought to know that, VP.
Got his first win here back in 2000. That was some celebration. I think that was just his 12th start, our Aflac trivia question. On board with Junior, runs in the 4th spot. Stewart leads. Then there are chasers, Kane, Johnson, and Earnhardt Jr. Riggs is 5th. Then it's Martin Truex, and then this is 7th. Jeff Gordon, Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards. Robbie Gordon round out the top 10.
Carl Edwards has picked his way through the field.
As much success as Matt Kenseth is having on the top groove around the racetrack, you kind of expected the other Roush cars to move up there, but he's the only one I've seen up there, the 17 car. And Jeff Gordon, when they restarted the race, was running 5th, right with those fellows, but I see he has fallen back about 11 seconds behind Tony Stewart.
Update on Carl Edwards from Mr. Burns.
And running in the top 10 is good news for him, Bill. He restarted 14th, and so he's past 5 cars by the math that I did there. That's good news because yesterday he had to make a very early pit stop in the Busch Series race and was never able to recover and really get back up into the front-running group because of track position. His car wouldn't handle. Now these cars are set up differently, but at the same time, it's tough to pass when you're in a pack of cars, and today the 99 can do it.
There's Tony Stewart, the race leader, and look who's right behind him, Mark Martin, and that is not the 2nd place car. Mark is 35th and now 1 lap down. Lost a car here yesterday in practice, involved in a crash with Tony Raines.
So when they threw the green flag for today's event, that was his first lap on the racetrack with this car. Right front tire.
Jeff Burton, the man who just a couple of weeks ago was leading the championship standings.
Yeah, you could hear what happened before he hit the wall on that one. I believe a right front tire blew on that car.
Yeah, I heard it go explode.
BP, you were talking to these guys in the garage. There was some concern about right fronts here?
A lot of concern with right front tires. Friday night in the Truck Series, had a couple of guys, Rick Crawford and Dennis Setzer, blew right front tires going down to turn 1. But these guys were working very hard to keep that right front as cool as possible, running hoses to the right front, running blowers to try to blow some cool air on them.
Because they're running so much camber.
Well, they're not running a lot of camber, they're running positive camber, but the car is so soft, when it goes down, it sucks that right front tire in so much. And you got to really be, it's a fine line between having it sucked in too far.
Right. Dave?
And Bill, Jeff had just radioed into his crew, how many laps till we need to stop? And when they discussed the number 20, Jeff said, we'll never make it. You got to believe he was referring to the right front tire.
This is heartbreaking for Jeff Burton. Fought all year, worked his way into the chase, won at Dover, took over the championship lead. Now, inside of 3 races to go, headed for the garage after this hit.
And then, you know what? If you're going to blow a tire on a racetrack this fast, this is the best place to blow a tire. I mean, he just glazed off the wall. If he would have blown that tire going into turn 1 or turn 3, he would have hit a ton.
They wouldn't have worried about fixing that car. They'd have just thrown it away.
Allen.
4 tire stop, track bar, air pressure adjustments for Jimmy Johnson, bottom left frame, looking for a little help with the rear grip on this car. He's in the first pit stall on pit road and already gone, Matt.
Tony Stewart said the car was a little free when it started, but it took about 15 laps to come in. He said, let's put him on board. That's exactly what he did. A great stop by the Home Depot guys. 14.1, Marty.
Casey Gaines in the middle of your screen, Matt, a little bit slower stop, 15.1 for him. Up half around on the track bar. He said the car was just a little bit too tight, but he couldn't stand to be any tighter in the front end. So up a half around on the track bar, Bill.
Thank you, gentlemen. You heard the roar. Tony Stewart won the race off of pit road, but Junior picks up a couple of spots and gets to second. Jeff Burton maybe seeing his championship hopes go up in flames here at Texas. We're under caution. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.